Hi, twos. Welcome to Gemma's window for September 2020. If you have calculated your power year number based on the numbers that are in the calculation box below, or jump down to my website at gemmaswindow@gmail.com and come to the conclusion you're a power year number 2, then you're at the right place. Hey, twos, if you are a 2 for the year of 2020, you do not have to calculate your number again for this year. Your monthly numbers change, and that's where I come in. You are in the month of 11 over 2 or 2. Okay? So if you're reading someplace else, what a power month of 2 might mean, just double it, double the intensity, because technically you're in an 11 over 2, and that means that it's double the fun or double the complications or confusion. So it's a month where you might feel very, very sensitive, a perpetual month of PMS. This month of 2 for you, of September 2s. Now, reviewing what our number 2s mean, is 2 is a year where you might be challenged to have to work things out with others or to be a team. You might be the peacemaker who forces others to get along. You may become a couple and make more of a commitment, or you may break up with someone because you know this just isn't right. This just isn't right. I need somebody better for me. And you also may decide to have children in this year. It's really about family. 2 also brings surprises. So can you imagine in the month of 11 over 2, in the year of 2, what might these surprises be for you in September of 2020? Well, twos, let's take a look at, like we always do, we start with those of you looking for, those of you who are working, and then those of you looking for a job. As I'm shuffling our first deck, twos, I want to remind you that any words that are spoken during this reading are for you. Even if you stumbled here by mistake and you did the wrong calculation, all words are for you. I break up the reading to make it more interesting, to try to make it more specific, but all words are for you. Sometimes the description of romance actually describes your workplace more. All words are for you. So, without further ado, if you are a 2, let's take a look at those of you who have work and what you can expect from work in this month of September 2020. Well, I tell you, if I were 2 and this were for me, I'd be very, very happy. You have 2 different cards. You've got one card that indicates an extremely strong personal relationship, and you've got another card that indicates an extremely perfect partnership card. Now, if I'm doing a romance reading, I'll still take that perfect partnership card as a potential spouse or lover. But in this reading, we're talking about business, so that I would take that more as a partnership, as in you get assigned a wonderful new project with team members that are awesome. You get promoted, and your counterparts are people who you really, really like and respect. You get assigned a new boss that you love. You are looking to open up your new business, or you need a backer, or you need financial help in some way for business, and you find it. with this Ten of Cups right smack in the center is that you have a good reputation. You have a lot of respect from co-workers or from past co-workers that come through for you, because there's a past element going on in here that somebody might refer you somewhere, or somebody might have a connection for you because they've known you for a long time, or known your work, or knew you long ago. So everything is looking great. And like we said about that 11/2, it can be wonderful things happen and it's doubled. And it can also mean surprises. So those surprises can be doubled, that things can fall right into place for you. You had no idea that person A knew person D, and that they bumped into each other and started talking and your name came up. You know, all kinds of things can happen, and it's very, very positive for you too. Let's move on to our twos who are looking for a job. Ooh, we got the surprise card, the High Priestess, Major Arcana card. And the Major Arcana, and the High Priestess also is indicates secrets. So that we have to figure this out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now this is very funny, and I would love to hear who understands what this means for them, because we've got you withholding information and keeping secrets, and we've got the person you want to hear from withholding information and keeping secrets and just not giving you the skinny. So basically, nobody knows what's going on. Now, I feel like, and yet, it's working. So, why is it working? How can this be working? Well, maybe you don't like them, and maybe they don't like you. Or maybe you don't like them, but maybe they think you're the greatest. Everybody's just keeping it to themselves. And it's funny because in this year of 2, it's about this teamwork kind of thing. And I ask this question to myself sometimes when I listen to people who cannot resist giving their opinion. They just can't, and that's usually like someone on a public platform. And I think, why do some people think that maybe do they think they're lying if they don't give everybody their opinion on the moment, on the spot? Well, you're being very clever because you're not doing that. You're picking and choosing what it is, perhaps you're saying, as is the person that you're trying to get the job from. Or maybe you're freelancing or something along those lines. But something is working for you, or has worked for you in the past. And I'm going to pull one more card. I don't usually do it, but we're going to do it now because I'm just thinking, is it to stay this way, twos? And wait for that person to call you, wait for that person to reach out for a job? Well, let me tell you this, twos, before I pull this final card. If you're holding back that you're pregnant, and you're in the midst of looking for a job or interviewing for something, because there is a presence here that is a job or an interview for a job or moving forward. You are in this month of September. I think that I feel like what I'm getting is, don't tell them that you're pregnant. Don't tell them what you don't have to tell them. Because they're also not telling you everything that they need to tell you. But I just want to pull one more card for the folks back home. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I pulled was the Death card. And the Death card, 9 times out of 10, doesn't mean someone's dying. It means that there's an ending coming. And perhaps you know of a position that's going to be opening up. Or perhaps they know of a position that's going to be opening up, and that's a complete surprise to you. So I'm going to suggest to you, twos, to keep on plugging how you've been plugging and playing it to get that position. And you're definitely going to get attention in this month of September, whether you get hired or offered something. You definitely are. So just kind of don't tell everybody everything. That's the advice to you to get the job. Here we go. Let's look at relationships. Ooh, it's a big relationship year for twos. And if you are in a relationship, let's take a look at what's up. Anyway, I have some discord for you, twos. I just do. I just feel like well, I'm going to phrase it like this and tweak it if you need to, okay? Because it's a general reading. You're letting someone know what you need in a relationship, or you're debating on letting them know what you need. And they need to be cut off with how long they get to think about it. Because it looks to me like they're a little high and mighty and a little judgy. And, you know, we need a fuller read to really see where this is going. Because I don't know if you're asking too much of someone. Because I feel like your partner does. Your partner isn't sure where you're coming from. Your partner isn't sure how they feel about this. And you could hurt some feelings or really, I'm going to say muck things up for yourself. So I would say depend before you say anything in this month of working together and high sensitivity, think before you speak. And know that if I'm going to say to someone, I want to be, let's just say, I want to be exclusive, or I want to get married, or else, or I want to have a child, or else, or we're not living with your mother anymore, or else. Just know that that's the final word. Because whatever you've got is going to go over like a bit of a lead balloon. And you've got to know that if it causes a wedge or a breakup or a big fight, something like that, that this is something that you can't live without, that you've thought it through and it's something you can't live without. And it's like, by the end of the summer, I've got to know if you're in or you're out. You know, are we going to get married, or are we going to stay dating for the rest of our lives? When you're at that point and you really mean it, that's the time to do it. And give them a lot of, reason to think. But don't play games too, because I just feel like it's just not going to go your way. Let's take a look at romance for those of you who are looking for romance. And again, all words are for you, so maybe vice versa. Maybe the reading I just gave fits another scenario in your life. Take it. It's meant for you, twos. We're shuffling now, and we want to take a look at, okay, we have twos out there, and they're looking for love, and they want to know, like, come on. Like, what else do I have to do? And I got some rough cards here. You know what I have, twos, for you in love? I just got judgy, judgy, judgy. Now, I don't know if you're being judged, you're doing the judging, or everybody's judging. But I start off here with you in your action area in a separation. So you may have to separate this seems to be a theme for you twos. You may have to separate to make it work and to get back together, because I feel like there's been a tug of war, maybe in your past relationships or relationship that you want to get back together with. There seems to be a tug of war of leadership, and you've needed to take a break or have some space or be single for a while. And maybe that being single has gone on too long, and now you're getting very antsy, like, am I ever going to meet somebody again? And the answer is yes. You have the very, very best relationship card coming into being in your life, twos. So for all of you twos, romantically across the board, if there needs to be time and space put in between, whatever your situation is in love, it looks as though it works. It works for your behalf to finally get the answers you need, the words you need to hear, the results you need to see, by not taking the crap, or by kindly expressing what it is you need. Okay, twos? Good for you. Very nice. Now, we're going to, you can ask any question you want, twos. This is our last segment, and this is when you can ask anything that you want. And you can ask about romance again. You can ask about job again. You can ask about your boss and what do they think of you, and are they going to come back after this COVID, or, you can ask about COVID. You can ask about anything that you want. I don't do readings for world disasters and things like that, so that's my common sense, and I really thought that this was going to be wrapping up at the end of the summer, and we saw that that's not the case, and now my feeling is spring is our next shot, because we're going to get all confused with what's the flu, what isn't the flu, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be very scary, I think, through the winter. And, that's in the United States. So, any question you have, let's see what's the best that we can expect. Ooh, that's nice. Nice. So, we have we have a new relationship here, and so it's something new that you've wanted to start or will be starting for you. It's like fresh. And I feel like where you're coming from is the Hermit card. That's a major arcana, and that talks about like you've been waiting a long time for something. Maybe it's just going to school. Maybe you've been going to school for years, or it feels like years, and so on and so forth, and you've been having patience, and you've been even learning through life, like, is this ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to happen? And it's like, yes, actually something does fall into your lap. Yes, something brand new, something that you've wanted, something that you've been waiting for. And then the funny card that I have is, then you don't know what to do with it. Then you don't know what to do. Or there's a waiting period where, let's say, someone proposes to you or says, yes, we're finally going to move in together, but I can't get a flight because I'm in an area that's banned from flying, or there needs to be a quarantine. I'm in whatever. There seems to there's this technicality or some kind of hold up. But twos, it looks to me like you're going to be rewarded for trying to do the right thing in whatever area, trying to take the right classes, trying to say the right things to someone, trying to wait your turn. Boom, it hits, and then there's some kind of a delay, and it's like you're backed into a corner and you don't know what to do. So I think we have to leave it there for you twos, and you'll have to come back when you're in the month of 3 for October, And we're going to take a look at, well, what does that 3 mean? It means drama. It means there could be some fireworks. Ooh, it could mean, I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Thanks for joining Gemma's Window Twos. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And if you'd like a reading with me, please jump on to Gemma's Window at gmail.com. Bye for now, Twos. See you next time.